Hi, I'm Angie Moon, classic rock historian and vintage clothing collector. Today we're going to be talking about sizing and why it's total BS. I've had a history of eating disorders, and one of the things that I used to be obsessed with when I was a teenager was the size label on the tag. I know, it sounds really trivial, but I wanted a sense of control over my body, and that was how it manifested. Through my love of vintage clothing, I learned that sizes, like the label on the tag, don't really matter, and that measurements are king. So in this video, I'm going to go through my vintage clothing collection and show you size labels of all the clothes that I wear to show that they're really all over the place and it varies from country to country. So for reference, my measurements are 34-inch bust, 23-inch waist, and a 36-inch hip. Let's start with this Mary Quant dress. This is from the 1980s and it's a size 10. This is my prized Gunsax dress from the 1970s, one of my favorites in my collection. This is a size 7. This is a 1960s Montgomery Ward dress, and it's in small print, so I won't show you, but it's a size 12. This is a vintage St. Michael dress from Marks & Spencer's, 60s or 70s, I'm not so sure, but it does have the measurements, and it fits a bust measurement of 36 inches. These are the best size labels because it tells you the measurements. I love that. This is a vintage dress from, I think, the 1970s, and this is a size 12. I bought this in Canada, so I'm not sure if this is American or Canadian, since a lot of Canadian vintage stores get their stock from the United States. This is a beautiful 1970s vintage quad dress from the UK. This is a size 12. This is a vintage St. Michael dress from the 70s. This is a size 14 to fit a 36 bust and a 38-inch hip. This is another vintage St. Michael dress from around the same time period, and it's a size 12 and it fits a 34 bust and a 36-inch hip. This is a vintage Kay Windsor dress that I bought in Canada. It's from the 1960s, and this is a size 10. This is a dress from the 1960s, and it's from a shop in London, and it seems to be done in European sizing because it says it's a size 36. All of these dresses fit me really well, so it really just goes to show you that the size label doesn't really matter. It's all about the measurements.